Good morning. This is Chair French convening the regular business meeting of the Kansas Corporation Commission for this Thursday, August 7th, joined by my colleagues Commissioner Keene and Commissioner Keither. On today's agenda, we have a consent agenda consisting of 23 items, and then we have one noticed item. We will begin with our consent agenda. Commissioners, you've had the opportunity to review those 23 items on the consent agenda. Let me ask at this time if you have any questions, beginning with Commissioner Keither.
No, thank you.
And Commissioner Keene.
No questions. I move approval of the consent agenda.
Second.
All right, we've got a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. Is there any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all in favor, please vote aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed, say no. The consent agenda is approved. We will now move to our one noticed item that is in docket number 25 EKCE 207 PRE, and this is a proposed order on petition for reconsideration. Our presenter for this item is Mr. Brian Fedotin. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Commissioners. On November 6th, Evergy Kansas Central filed an application requesting determination of the rate-making principles and treatment to apply to the costs incurred for constructing and acquiring a 50% stake of a 710 megawatt combined cycle gas turbine, or CCGT, located near its Viola substation, and another 50% interest in a second 710 megawatt CCGT located near Hutchison, known as the McNew plant. On July 7th, the Commission approved the non-unanimous CCGT settlement, finding it consistent with Evergy's most recent preferred plan and resource acquisition strategy as required by KSA 66-1239, and it was reasonable, reliable, and efficient. On July 6th, KIC and the Kansas Agriculture Association filed a petition for reconsideration, alleging the Commission had failed to decide an issue requiring resolution, which is the potential denial of predetermination of the Viola and McNew plants by the Missouri Public Service Commission. Two, that analysis of the coal fleet age, reliability, and scheduled retirements were arbitrary and capricious. And three, that the directive that Evergy submit assurance that it had contracted firm gas transportation and supply to serve the new units prior to construction places Evergy in danger of violating the order because the phrase prior to beginning construction is ambiguous and needs clarification. Whether the Missouri Commission approves predetermination for Evergy Missouri West's share of Viola and McNew is not an issue requiring resolution in this docket. This commission only approved a 50% share of both plants, so Evergy Kansas Central is only authorized to construct and own 50% of Viola and 50% of McNew, regardless of what Missouri would have decided. And more importantly, on July 31st, the Missouri Public Service Commission did grant Evergy Missouri West's request for a finding of decisional prudence to construct, acquire, own, and operate the Viola and McNew electric plants. Thus, the petition for reconsideration's concerns that Missouri might deny approval to Evergy Missouri West are moot. Second, the Commission's analysis of its coal fleet age, reliability, and scheduled retirements were not arbitrary and capricious. The PFR misinterprets the order in assuming the Commission concluded the coal plants are unreliable. The Commission's order did not do so. Instead, the order found, quote, a large portfolio of aging resources potentially exposes customers to costly penalties or expensive short-term capacity purchases, end of quote. The PFR erroneously assumes the eventual retirements of the coal fleet represented the sole basis for approving the CCGT settlements, but the order identified multiple grounds to approve the settlement, and delaying the coal plant retirements does not negate the need for the CCGTs. And the order goes into more detail, but I'm going to skip over that for now. And then the phrase prior to construction does not need clarification. Even if the phrase were ambiguous, it would not have adversely affected either KIC or the Kansas Agriculture Association. It would have only subjected Evergy to the risk of non-compliance with the commission order, but Evergy didn't request clarification and obviously didn't think clarification was necessary. That said, to eliminate any possible confusion going forward, this order adopts the definition of beginning construction that was suggested in the joint response, which is the initiation of actual on-site work, and it would exclude planning, permitting, procurement, and other pre-construction activities. For all these reasons and more that are in the order itself, the PFR is denied in its entirety. With that, I'm available for any questions.
All right, thank you, Mr. Fedotin, for the description of the proposed order. Are there any questions about the order, beginning with Commissioner Keither?
No questions. Thank you for that coverage.
You're welcome.
And Commissioner Keen?
No questions. I'd move approval of the order.
Second.
All right, we've got a motion and a second to approve the order as described in this docket. Is there any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all in favor, please vote aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed, say no. The order is approved. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Commissioners.
All right, with that, we have come to the conclusion of all the items noticed on today's business meeting agenda. If there's nothing further to come before us this morning, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move that we adjourn.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, please vote aye.
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 Aye. We're adjourned. Thank you all. Take care.
Thank you.